Huawei, what have you done now? Hey guys, it's Zachary from HardwareZone. Today's video is going to be a 2-for-1 because I'm going to talk about Huawei Watch GT2 Pro and the Watch Fit. Before we continue, just want to say that this video is not going to be like full-on review. I'm not going to cover all the specifics on like functionality, features, or even performance of these two devices, because after using them for quite a while, I realized that they're kind of all the same, and I've covered all these things in my Watch GT2e review. So everything from their menu options, UI, the whole user experience is pretty much identical. So if you kind of want to know how this sort of range, this generation of Huawei watches perform, you can check out my GT2e review first. The links below, and it'll probably pop up somewhere in YouTube suggestion box and for you. Now, the reason for this video then is because Huawei keeps sending me watches, right? And like I said, they all seem to do the same thing. Now, the OG GT2 was launched in November 2019, and since then we've got the GT2e, which I did a video on. Now we have the GT2 Pro, and even the GT2 Pro has a Porsche Design Edition of the GT2 Pro, and there's supposed to be a GT2 Pro with ECG monitoring that should come out soon. I guess by the time you see this video, that model might be out. And of course, we have the Watch Fit. Here's the thing, if you look at specifications and just features, especially in terms of health monitoring, fitness tracking, everything from the $148 Watch Fit to the $398 GT2 Pro, basically they all have like large OLED touchscreens, 50-meter water resistance, full 24/7 heart rate monitoring, stress monitoring, sleep monitoring, SpO2 sensor, first beats VO2 max estimation, built-in GPS, and if you're just looking for a competent fitness tracker or advanced one for that basically just does everything for you, then why would you pick this over this, or vice versa? That is kind of what we're trying to get to the bottom of in this video. We've got a very special guest today, and that's trusty Watch GT2e. You thought I actually had a guest coming, didn't you? No, it's COVID. I'm alone in this room talking to this camera, while this camera looking like a crazy person. Anyway, back on topic. This is going to be our baseline, our control unit, and the first comparison would be the Watch Fit. GT2e, $220, super affordable, pretty much everything that you need from an advanced fitness tracking watch, unless you are a professional athlete and require special equipment to track your performance. Nothing else has come close to beating it in terms of value, and I still stand by that. But then comes the Watch Fit, right? This is $148. It's so much cheaper than the GT2e, and honestly, if you're just looking at design, right, I would kind of say I actually prefer the Watch Fit. Right? It has this sort of like curved glass to it. It's 2.5D curved glass, but the curved glass sort of gives it this extra pop, this shine to the display. When you look at it, it just feels more stylish, more glossy, right? But $148, something's gotta give, and that something comes in the construction of the watch itself. The Watch Fit is basically completely plastic, super lightweight. Because of that, I think it's only like 20 odd grams, and even the strap, you can feel it's of a cheaper material. The rubber silicone is compared with the GT2e. It's thinner, it's sort of less supple, less flexible, and it's, and it doesn't have that sort of powdery finish to it. It has this clip that you have to kind of use your fingernails to dig out. Shouldn't have cut my fingernails before I made this video. There, even this it's very small clip, yeah, is also made of plastic, and when you pull out that clip, the strap basically just falls away because it's not held by anything, and again everything is plastic, so I guess don't try to keep removing this. But otherwise, once the clip is in, and you don't really need to take it out. So the Watch Fit just has one physical button as opposed to two on the Watch GT family. I don't really miss it that much because the second button really was just an app shortcut. This one button pulls up the menu, and then scrolling up and down through the menu, this is exactly the same experience, although I actually do prefer it on the Watch Fit because of the whole rectangular watch face. It kind of feels like you're using a mini phone and you don't have wasted space on the side. Interestingly enough, the Watch Fit actually has a more advanced heart rate sensor. Huawei calls this TrueScene 4.0 versus TrueScene 3.5 on the GT2 and the GT2e. Now the difference seems to be in the construction of the sensor array itself. Let's see if I can get this to fire up. On the GT2e, you can see that there's two LEDs firing now, and these two are the photodiodes. And on the Watch Fit, yes, okay, on the Watch Fit, you can see there's just one LED, and again there's two photodiodes above it. But this one LED, Huawei is calling now a 6-in-1 LED design. Basically, they've just merged all the LEDs into one housing. I think it's more for efficiency's sake than anything, because I don't really notice difference in tracking performance using all these two watches. The Watch Fit does lose out on some fringe features, like it doesn't have a compass or barometer, and because of that, if you go in workout modes, you would find that there isn't any like hiking options or trail runs. It still has a built-in GPS, so you can still go for regular normal outdoor runs, outdoor walks, cycling, swimming. It will track those and it will give you a map, but you can't go hiking with this. And that kind of fits with the whole design philosophy of this thing. I mean, if you look at the whole plastic housing, it's not supposed to be a rugged watch. It's not supposed to be outdoor watch. This is not a Spartan race watch. This is more of a yoga and Pilates watch, right? It's a lifestyle fitness device, and in a sort of accordance to that, Huawei has added some interesting workout functions. Instead of just regular tracking workouts, it now has a built-in, like, sort of, what do they call it, animated fitness coach. So within the workout sort of menu, you've got fitness courses like, exercise at work 6 minutes, burn fat fast, full body stretch, touch to start. And the thing is, when you do these kind of workouts, it actually has a little animated guy just showing you how to perform these workouts and sort of demo. That's pretty cool. So all these workouts actually has this little animation that shows you what to do. Next up, we have the GT2 Pro. Now this is an easier comparison to make because it is a straight up upgrade of the GT2 family. This is the premium watch. It is titanium, sapphire glass, and even the strap feels a lot more posh. If there's one word I would use, it's like luxurious. It's thick, it's supple. Even you get this tiny detailing even on the buttons and a removable, like, sort of clasp on the straps. Everything just feels like a lot of attention has gone into making this watch, and to be honest, for $398 for a titanium and sapphire glass smartwatch, it's actually quite cheap. Besides the premium material used in the construction, the GT2 Pro shares basically the same features as the GT2. So same screen size, resolution, same battery life. It has the same Kirin A1 processor on it, built-in mic, speakerphone, 4GB RAM. So all those things are the same. So what makes the Pro? The GT2 Pro also has that updated TrueScene 4.0 optical heart rate monitor, but if you look at Huawei specs, it's listed as TrueScene 4.0 Plus. How is 4.0 Plus different from 4.0 in the Watch Fit? Well, if you look at the construction, they both have that same new 6-in-1 LED sensor, but on the Watch Fit, you've got 2 photodiodes up and down, while on the GT2 Pro, this is very shiny. Let's try to get an angle. Yes, on the GT2 Pro, there's 4 photodiodes, up, down, left, and right. So I guess technically this makes the GT2 Pro more sensitive, but in day-to-day use, I'm not really noticing that, because I've been using these watches over the time. And let's look at my data. If I just pick out one of these quick runs, the last one I did with the GT2 Pro was on the 18th of November, and let's see my charts. My heart rate on average is 155, maximum 169, and if I just very quickly go down to somewhere in July when I was testing the GT2E, just pick out the latest run, similar run, and average 151, maximum 166. So this trend goes through all my runs. I don't notice that big kind of jump, and I do get more or less the same average in all my tests. So I guess they are pretty much similar in that, which is a good thing, so you won't feel that there is a big jump between TrueScene 3.5 and TrueScene 4.0. I think it's more of efficiency sort of design. You know how the Watch Fit had these lifestyle focused activity coaching with the animated models? Well, that's not in the Watch GT2 Pro. No, the GT2 Pro has tracking for golfing and skiing. So yeah, I guess Huawei thought that because this is a rich people watch, they would put in activity tracking for rich people sports. Now there's actually one very interesting feature that I noticed on the GT2 Pro that Huawei seems to have snuck in quietly. It's not mentioned anywhere, but I noticed it in the Huawei Health app. Let's get my phone and try to connect the GT2 Pro. Now the very interesting thing about sort of Huawei's design is the Huawei Health app is basically the main control center of all your devices, and depending on what device is connected to the Health app, you kind of get the options for that device that's shown. So like if I connect the Watch Fit, only the options that are available to the Watch Fit are shown, and if I connect the GT2E, only the options that are available to the GT2E are shown. And if you connect the GT2 Pro, well, yes. So anyway, connecting the GT2 Pro, you would notice that in the device option itself, there is a brand new button for apps. Yes, it's here. You see a screen, and if you click apps, it actually brings you into an app manager for the watch. And there are right now there's just like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now there's just 7 apps in here, but there is a personal trainer, home workouts, there's a to-do app, and there are some games. There is a sort of like a Sudoku, no, this is like a number puzzle game, a math game, a hidden words game, and yeah. So Huawei doesn't mention this, but it looks like they are experimenting with putting apps on their watch, which takes it one step closer to becoming a real smartwatch. We've come to the end of this video, and I think I have a problem because now that I've talked through all these watches, it kind of seems that all of them are pretty good value for money. If I had to choose one, I would still pick the GT2E, because for $220, that sort of sweet spot in terms of value and performance still can't be beat. Even though the watch fit is cheaper, but the GT2E has a better construction. It is more rugged, it has slightly more sensors, it has a built-in memory, you can pair headphones to it, it can be completely standalone to take out on workouts, and that's something that I feel I value more in my fitness tracking device. But for $148, you can't really ask for much more than this. In terms of tracking features, like VO2 max in a $148 watch, it's quite crazy. Actually, don't think of this as a cheap smartwatch, right? Think of this as an expensive fitness tracker. Now, Huawei actually does sell like fitness bands. It's called the Huawei Band. So they have the Huawei Band 4 and the Huawei Band 4 Pro. So what's in a name, right? Don't think of this as the watch fit. Think of this as the Band 4 XL. No, the Band 4 Pro Max. Now on the other end of the spectrum, we have the GT2 Pro, and this is where most reviewers would go at any time you have a large spread of products from cheap to expensive, premium and luxury. People would always go, oh, if money is no concern, go for the expensive one. And that's basically what the GT2 Pro is, except this isn't really that expensive. All right, I've said it before. This is a titanium watch, sapphire glass, and it's $398. It's actually $1 cheaper than the Oppo watch. Okay, so the watch fit has the same workout detection as the watch GT2s. Hey guys, before you go, don't forget to check out HardwareZone.com for more of our articles, trends, reviews. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Join in the conversation. Like and subscribe to our YouTube if you want to see more of these videos.